All right, welcome, friends. Jason, TCP Super System. Tell you what, one hell of a day today. Go back and look at some of our previous videos the last week or two. We've called out some fantastic opportunity zones in cryptos and stocks. Today was one of those confirmation days. I tell you what, again, the TCP Super System is what I created to identify opportunity zones in cryptos and stocks. The system signals interpretations in my trades are not financial advice. You probably should not emulate them. Please consult an advisor before making any trades. You could lose all your money. Um, so obviously today was the launch of another XRP ETF as well as a Dogecoin ETF. So today's video will be concentrated. We'll take a look at XRP, Dogecoin, and then I'll be coming back the rest of the week with more, I guess, shorter, more concentrated videos, which was based on the feedback we got from our subscriber base. So thank you for those who responded in the comments. I love to engage. I appreciate y'all. I'm trying to reach 600 subscribers, so help us out if you can. If you appreciate the content and technical analysis that you can't get anywhere else, this is truly original, truly unique. I built it. So let's get started. XRP, November 24th, 2025. Nice run up today. Currently 224. Again, you can see on the daily view on the left, weekly view on the right, we had identified that middle zone down here based on leverage was around 171 to 180. We didn't quite make it to that zone, bounced right off the top. And again, keep in mind what we're looking for now. What do we always say? You'll usually see this price action below the cloud. It goes back to the cloud. It goes lower. It goes back to the cloud. It'll go lower. So right now we went lower, back to the cloud, and this is where we see you're kind of in no man's land at the moment. And this is where we're going to see one of two things. And this is going to be based on the standard deviation lines, excuse me, at the top. And you can see that white line is approaching those extremes. Orange line hasn't quite made it to that green zone. The blue is still hovering just above that lower extreme down there. And what we typically see here is either that white line is going to turn over just like it did these last two times where it came up to the extremes. The orange line had not broken through, so it turned over and we resumed lower. So the next day or two, we should have a pretty good idea which way this is going to go, either roll over back lower or continue higher. And obviously, we've got those other two zones identified well above $3. There's some leverage up there pretty high. If it reaches those levels, you're probably going to see some short covering, which would even pump it even higher. So pay attention right now the next couple days. Again, nothing red on the hot sensors on either one in terms of being on the downside. So this could roll over pretty easy here. We'll have to watch it. We are hovering just above the cloud. You can see it right here at roughly 224 again. So again, multiple ETFs now out and operating for XRP. More expected this week. So we'll see how they perform as we go toward December. Again, that's going to be XRP for today. Nice day today for those that are in it. Dogecoin. Can't say we didn't nail Dogecoin the last couple of weeks. You can see where we're in at 18 cents. You can go find the video we put out when we made that trade a couple days back. We had said even in the video it could probably go to 15.5 cents. We identified this zone, the bottom side being roughly 12 cents. And again, the same thing. Price action below the cloud, back to the cloud, below the cloud, back to the cloud. So now you're in that no man's land space here. Again, not quite as healthy as XRP on the standard deviations. White line is sitting in between the green and red zone up here. Orange and blue are still hovering down around those lower extremes, so still some work to do here. So unless this thing just has a great day tomorrow, would expect this to roll back over and resume lower, possibly test this lower end. And again, I think we'll have a pretty good idea of what's likely to happen the next day or two here. Again, nothing red on the hot sensors to line up here, no diamonds, except on the weekly. We do have that cluster level 3s here. So, I mean, based on that, wasn't surprised to see the nice little bounce today. It just doesn't look quite ready yet. So Dogecoin, we're going to continue to watch. Again, I'll keep bringing updates on XRP and DOGECOIN since those are two big ones that we've got based on those ETFs, and we'll continue to provide updates maybe every other day or maybe even every day. We'll see how we look. There'll be some other tokens we cover this week as well as we continue throughout the week. And of course, Saturday morning likely will be the crypto rapid fire, so stay tuned for that. You can go back and look at the last one we just did this past Saturday. It's pretty nice there. Um, so yeah, that's the XRP and Dogecoin for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Again, unique TA on cryptos and stocks. Can't get anywhere else. If you appreciate the content and get any value from it, from these zones that we identify, please like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell. We're trying to get to 600 subscribers. We're getting pretty close. Appreciate any help you can give us there. Tell us what you think about the content in the comments. Love to engage. We appreciate you. We love you. And we will see you tomorrow. Have a good night.